Okay, let's see if we start streaming. Says I'm streaming. CPU looks good. Let's see, am I going to show up here on Twitch? Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I think I should be all set up, but I guess we're going to figure this out. Internet seems to be a thing here in the world of streaming and going live. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Biz Minded Mondays. I am your host, Jamaal, aka Boss Eagle, Billboard-charting hip-hop artist and music business coach at Business Minded Musicians. And on these videos every Monday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I'll be going here live on Twitch and answering questions and comments that I usually get either via email or through my survey in the Artist Resource Guide. That's a free resource guide that I've created for independent musicians. So if you like videos like this, if you like learning about the music business, my videos and my teachings are mostly for independent musicians, momagers, dadagers, managers, people who work with independent artists. If you like videos like that, then go ahead and subscribe and follow me here on Twitch. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can just head over to YouTube and look for Business Minded Musicians. And then, like I said, hopefully I'll be doing these videos, these live videos every Monday. So if you also have questions, then you can pop over, you can come on live and jump in the chat and ask a question. And if we have time, I'd love to be able to answer some of your questions as well. So I also want to say what's up to folks I've been coming in here on Instagram. How y'all doing over there? And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. Like I said, make sure you follow me here at Biz Minded Boss on Twitch, and you can follow me. Follow our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Business Minded Musicians. So today we're going to be talking about live gigs. This was one of the challenges. So in my in my artist resource guide, one of the questions I ask is, what is your biggest challenge right now as an independent musician? And so I get different responses to that. And one of them, this actually is a response from, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce the artist's name correctly, but it's ZaaBandit, ZaaBandit. And the challenge was how to get more live gigs. So ZaaBandit wants to know how to get more live gigs. And this is actually very fascinating right now, especially during COVID and, with live music coming back. But it seems like, the more you kind of look around, you see artists have still been, canceling tours and things like that. But I think if you can get live gigs right now, and if that's something you want to do, I would definitely say go for it. Now, that's for me going to probably have a little bit of bias on it, just because I love performing live, and so. I know that that's not something that everyone wants to do, but obviously ZaaBandit here wants to perform live. And so I have a couple of resources that I would point you to that I think could really help you do that. One of the things to remember is that you don't have to do this alone, nor should you, because getting live gigs and booking live gigs, it can be a lot of work. It can take a lot of time. And so, just like with a lot of things, it's like, they say, if you want to go fast, go at it alone. If you want to go far, go at it together. And so the two resources that I would recommend for you, ZaaBandit and anyone else who is interested in booking live gigs, the first one is Indie on the Move. And I'll leave links for these below in the description as well. But Indie on the Move is it's a U.S. based company. They are great for helping independent artists with all kinds of aspects. They have a lot of different resources on their website. It's just indieonthemove.com. If you go there, you'll be able to see some of their features. They have pro services. They do have a venues and colleges database, which I'll talk about in a second here. They also help with pitches, so pitching via email to talent buyers and bookers, festivals and conferences. They have show availabilities, band availabilities, and classifieds. So sometimes I'll even get emails that from people that are like, "Hey, we're gonna be in your area. We're looking for an opener, or looking for people to perform in this thing." So sometimes you'll just get those automatic alerts. But the first thing I wanted to share with you is their pro services, and this is, I think it's a really cool thing. It's called their DIT program. It's Do It Together. And it's a tour booking experience. And the description is: sit back and relax while a seasoned indie on the move professional routes your tour, perfects your booking pitch, evaluates your web presence, and contacts suitable music venues in desired markets along your route on your behalf. This is tour booking made easy. So, I mean, right there, you have you have a professional, and Indie on the Move was actually founded by professional musicians that have toured all around the world. I think the founder has played over like 600 venues or something around the world. So these are not amateurs. These are not novices in the business. And so again, you get to have a professional that's routing your tour, first of all. So helping you kind of navigate where you want to go, helping you perfect your pitch, right? Because you're trying to pitch why you should play that stage on that night. But so are a bunch of other people as well. They're going to evaluate your web presence, because obviously a lot of times folks are going to be going to your website to see do you even look professional, et cetera, et cetera. And then contacting suitable music venues in your desired market along your route. So as they kind of figure out and help your route for you, and kind of the path you want to go, then it also looks at, okay, what are the venues along the way that you could play. As of right now, as of making this video, I don't know when you'll see this, but as of today, Monday, October 11th, 2021, they have a couple of packages here. The first package is for 10 markets. So that's 10 different markets. And that's $525. So that sounds like a great price to me. 20 markets, so twice as many markets for $675. So only $150 more. And they'll help you with double the markets. And then more than 20 markets, it says that you have to request a quote there. So it probably just depends on how many markets you are looking at. And then they also have some a la carte services too. So those aspects of the DIT program, you could do a la carte. So if you just wanted to do the pitch consultation of for your bookings, that's $175, $150 for your website evaluation. And then if you wanted to do a phone call consultation, it's $200 for 30 minutes or $350 for an hour, and that is to chat with anyone. It says, regardless of your experience level, if you're seeking advice, you want references, inside market tips, and general insight into show and tour booking, promotion, social media, sponsorship opportunities, and more. So it seems like to me, if you are wanting to go and actually play live, it seems like to me the best route to go, if you're going to do something like this, would actually do the DIT, the Do It Together, because you're going to get those other aspects: the website evaluation, the booking, the pitch booking pitch consultation, and then you also have they'll contact the music venues in the markets, and then also route your tour. So you're getting all of those other things plus the really big stuff, which is the tour routing and them contacting the venues on your behalf. And you get all that for a minimum of $525. So if that's something that you wanted to try, I would say at least reach out to them, kind of see if that would be something that would work for you. And again, these folks that have founded Indie on the Move are professional musicians who have toured all around the world. So to have someone with that type of experience, both as an artist, but on the artist services side, could be hugely beneficial for you, ZaaBandit, or anyone else who's looking to do this. So go to indieonthemove.com, check it out. I'll also, again, leave a link below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching the replay, I'll leave a link below that'll take you right to their site. And so that's Indie on the Move. The other resource that I would recommend that you check out is going to be one that's going to be more it's going to be more self-directed, which is totally fine. I think sometimes you have to evaluate, do you have the finances to be able to do something like the DIT program? Don't feel bad if you don't, because we're all in different places with our music career. And so, typically, again, I think as I mentioned in the previous video, and if you know anything about me, and the more you kind of watch some of my videos and learn more about how I approach things, I usually try to show you one, or not just one, but I usually try to show you free ways to do things or less expensive ways, and then paid ways to do things. And with something like this, with tour booking, as far as doing it for free, that's going to require a lot of time. Typically, again, when you have free methods, it's usually going to be people who employ those are usually going to have more time and less money. And then with paid methods, it's usually that you have more money and less time. With something like tour booking, it could be a little bit more challenging with the time, just because there is so much to do in terms of, you got to research the venues. You got to even know if it's a good fit for you. You're sending emails probably months in advance, and you're doing all the follow up and everything, and trying to route a tour and trying to figure out different markets. So you definitely want to at least start with saying like, okay, where do we even want to go first? And you may look at some of your data, some of your statistics behind, say, your streaming, for example. If you go into your Spotify or your Apple Music, or you go into your digital distributor dashboard, you may see, okay, well, my music's really popular in these cities. And then you start to see like, okay, is there a market, with these cities in them that would make more sense for me to go into, right? Instead of just trying to be all over the place and you're wasting a lot of gas money and time and stuff like that. And so, like I said, it's going to be when you're talking about doing all of that, especially if you're a solo artist. It can be a little bit less taxing if you're a band, because you can split up some of the duties. But you definitely want to have at least some type of structure before you just embark on trying to do that. And so, this other resource that I would recommend to you, and again, I'll leave a link below, is it's called the Indie Venue Bible. And these are the same folks, the Indie Bundle folks are awesome. Dave and the folks over there are great. And they're the ones that put together the other guides too. They do the Indie Spotify Bible, the Indie YouTube Bible, the Apple Music Bible. And so they put out a lot of resources. So what they do is they gather and they put together a lot of information into these databases, and then you can purchase them for like a minimal cost, like the cost of a couple months of like Netflix or something like that. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. And the cool thing is that they're constantly updating these. So sometimes your membership may be for like a year, because they're updating for the next year. So they put out a lot of great resources. Their Spotify, I actually have the Indie Spotify Bible. It has over 4,200 playlist contacts for playlisters. So these are, again, not the editorial playlists; those are Spotify owned, but it's the user generated playlists, or the user curated playlists. So they go through and they put together all of the information, including links, so you could go like right to that playlist and see, start seeing if your music would fit for it. And then it's all categorized by genre and stuff like that. So they put a lot of detail. It's not just like some thrown together database that you have to navigate your way through. It's not like that at all. They make it very, very, very particular and helpful for indie artists. So the Indie Venue Bible is an amazing resource. Now, I will say, just right off the bat, The Indie Venue Bible is only going to be for the US and Canada. So if that kind of, if you're looking at maybe touring somewhere else, then you may want to avoid this resource. But if you're looking in the US and Canada, the Indie Venue Bible has 30,000 venues and festivals in the US and Canada. Now, for you to go and curate 30,000 different venues is going to take you a lot of time. So this is where, for me, again, we're called business minded musicians because we have to start thinking like, and we have to start approaching our music like a business, because that is what it is. It's a business. And so sometimes in a business, you're going to have to invest. You're going to have to decide, where's that threshold of how much time you can put towards something, and when you may need to spend a little bit of money to make that process easier for you, again, so that you can go further faster, right? So I'm just looking at their website, 30,000 venues and festivals in the US and Canada. It says you'll find thousands of venues, festivals, colleges, bars, coffee shops, restaurants, house concerts, theaters, clubs, halls, churches, and bookstores. Any place you can land a gig. So, obviously, again, depending on your type of music, heavy metal is not going to play well in a coffee shop. But if you are a singer songwriter, that would play very well. But again, they also have venues, festivals, colleges, bars, coffee shops, restaurants. So, especially if you're thinking about, planning a tour, let's say you lock in a couple festivals in a market or whatever. This is what we call your anchor gigs, right? They're the ones that anchor down your route, your tour route. And then along the way through your market and through your route, you play these little other side gigs too in other little cities, and that's where you could do, maybe your bars and restaurants and stuff. And that could be either your gas money, that could be your food money, and you just never know. You might sell a bunch of merch along the way too. So, you think about it, like I said, you have your anchor performances, your anchor shows, and then you fill in the gaps along the way. This document is continually updated. It says the Indie Venue Bible is continually being updated, meaning the version you purchase will be completely up to date. In addition, once you purchase your directory, you'll be eligible to update your copy for 1 full year. So that's awesome too. So you are able to get an updated copy for a year, because as we know with COVID and stuff, things are changing with venues, and I haven't seen as much lately, but I know that there have been venues that have closed down, but there are also some that are opening. They're rebranding and opening as maybe a different name or under a different banner. One of the things I really think is so amazing about the Indie Venue Bible is that they use these genre tags and these different category tags that make it so easy to find what you're looking for. So they categorize them by genre. It says there are over 40 different genre tags. These tags allow you to scroll through the Indie Venue Bible and see instantaneously which venues in a given area welcome your style of music. So again, none of this having to sift through and figure out, oh, should I contact that place? If they don't do rap and hip hop, then you know just to avoid them, period. Or if they don't do jazz or whatever it is. This other thing is really cool too, that they've broken it down to regions. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, that whole regional aspect. In terms of your markets and trying to figure out where you want to go, and maybe using some of that data based on your streams or where you're getting reactions from. So it says the complete Indie Venue Bible is an enormous directory. Don't be scared by this, with over 1,500 pages of listings. So again, this is where those genre tags come in handy, right? Because it's a 1,500 page document. But again, think about this. If you were to go and collect the data on 30,000 and keep it updated on 30,000 venues in the US and Canada, how long would that take you, and how many pages would it be, right? So 1,500 pages of listings. There are 6 regional directories for the US and a 7th directory covering all of Canada. And so they break it down like this. The US Northeast, which is Connecticut, Delaware, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Vermont. U.S. Southeast, which is Alabama, D.C., Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. The U.S. North Central, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin. U.S. South Central, Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas. U.S. Northwest, which is Alaska, Idaho, Minnesota, Montana, North Dakota, um, Nebraska, Oregon, South Dakota, Washington, and Wyoming, and then the U.S. Southwest, which is Arizona, California, Hawaii, New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah, and then the Canada regional directory, which is all provinces and territories. So if you want to, they actually have an option for you to get a sample directory. It says there's a sample directory for the state of North Carolina, so you can download that for free. It's just something that they give you for free. So if you want to check it out, even if you don't plan on going through North Carolina ever, even for you to be able to see how they lay it out and how it's all broken down by genre and all these different tags and categories and stuff, because it's all color coded too, based on like whether it's a festival or whether it's a college or this or that, whatever type of venue it is, the genre tags. So they really break it out for you nicely. And then you can click, and it's literally just to view the listings. You don't have to download anything or enter your email address or anything like that. So I'm just gonna click on one. I'll click on Raleigh, for example. So they have a section for festivals and concert series. They have colleges: Meredith College, North Carolina State, Wake Technical Community College, and then they have email addresses, and they're all hyperlinks. Even with the festivals, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 festivals and series with domains that you can click on them with websites, and then they have them all coded by what type of festival they are, or if it's a various styles, or what kind of music is accepted there. Actually, let's see. Okay, it continues on. So that was just one part for Raleigh. It goes on to the next page, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So about 20 different clubs and venues. And then they have the Raleigh Cary area, Raleigh Garner, Raleigh Holly Springs, Raleigh Wake Forest. So yeah, I mean, this is amazing. If you if you go ahead and get this, I mean, they give you, this document alone is 41 pages just for North Carolina. So if nothing else, download it, and just so you can see kind of how it's broken out. But this is a great resource, the Indie Venue Bible, Indie on the Move as well. I think I forgot to mention earlier about some of their other features. They do have a venues and colleges database as well, and also festivals and conferences. So you can check those out as well. So they have kind of a similar thing. I don't know if they include all of the same stuff, if there's some overlap or how that works, but look into both of them. The Indie Venue Bible, it looks like it is $48.50. So 30,000 venues in the US and Canada, right? All, genre, categorized by genre and, what type of music. They have the hyperlinks there right in the PDF for you to be able to click on it and go right to the venue or the festival's website. Again, this is going to be more self-directed. This is not going to be someone putting a tour together for you. That's why that DIT program for Indie on the Move is going to be more expensive, because, you have a professional that's doing all that stuff for you. But again, you have to just kind of decide, how much you can invest right now. And if you can invest, $48.50, $50, kind of thing, and be able to have all that information, we have to get creative as musicians, right? We have to get creative as business owners. So, if you have a day job, if you have other, the things, I have a wife and kids, I have a family, and I have other commitments. Sometimes we have to, we may have to go and ask someone for help. Maybe you bring in a spouse or significant other or a cousin or something to say, hey, if I pay you, to have your 16-year-old cousin be like, if I pay you, $10 an hour or $8 an hour, can you, just, submit to these, as many festivals from this database that makes sense, for me. And it's all coded right there too, so that you can know which ones don't make sense for you. And then have someone else kind of doing that administrative piece. I just saw something not too long ago online. The band Icon for Hire, the lead singer Ariel Bloomer, excuse me, she was saying one of the best things they did for their band was actually hiring an assistant. So, I don't know if, who that person is, or anything like that, doesn't matter. But, it allowed them to be able to focus more on the creative side of things, and someone else can focus on those administrative tasks. So, again, you have to be creative. 4850 is not a lot. I know, for some people, they may be like, that actually is a lot. Well, think about how you can be creative to get that money. Can you back off on something for a little bit? Maybe some subscriptions or something. Can you go drive Uber or Uber Eats? Can you, sell something to make that $50? Invest in this, and then know that this could have the potential of a 10x or more return, right? I mean, if you spend $50, and if you book one gig that pays you $300, you know what I mean, or or even 250, right? 250, you 5x'd your return. So you have to think about it like that. We have to think about it like a business person would think about it. And it's an investment. And, I think if you're more ready to like get out on the road and get out on tour, and you're like, yeah, we can spend that, $500 or whatever, $525 to do 10 markets with Indie on the Move, do that. If you're like, we're ready for that, or, invest in something like this, where it's going to, again, be a little bit more work on your part, but the majority, I mean, the bulk of the heavy lifting has already been done. You know what I mean? Now you can just, click on a link and go right to the website and take a look at the festival, or take a look at the venue, see if it fits, and you know what I mean? Shoot an email off. So those are the two that I would recommend. Excuse me again if I'm mispronouncing your artist name, or your name here, ZaaBandit. These are the two that I would recommend. I'll leave links for both of them below. And try them out. If you try them out, or if anyone watching this tries them out, leave me a comment below, so that we can all learn from it too. Let us know about your experience, or anything else that you might be doing. If there's something, some other resource that you found, or some other tool that you've been using that's been helping you either find live shows, or book live shows, or make the process simpler or easier. Do you have a booking agent, and what's that experience been like? Share with us, what you've been doing. If you have been playing live gigs, where are you playing? Are you playing locally? Are you playing regionally? What countries are you in? And then, that way, again, we can all kind of continue to learn from each other as well. So indieonthemove.com. And then if you just go to, and then the other one is the Indie Venue Bible. I'll leave, like I said, links below for both of those. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it served you. Please feel free, again, to follow me here on Twitch at Biz Minded Boss. My goal is to come on here every Monday and answer questions, and talk about, relevant things to us as independent musicians. And I'm in the journey too. I'm a music artist as well, and I'm going through these things with you guys. So as I'm learning stuff, I want to be able to share it as well. Also, make sure you head over to YouTube and subscribe there for Business Minded Musicians. You can subscribe there and watch other videos that I put out, and also visit businessmindedmusicians.com. I have a lot of resources on there too, on our resources page, for independent artists as well. So again, I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope it served you. I look forward to reading your comments, and seeing your success as you all get out there and hit the stage and hit the road, and are continuing to make a career out of your art and your passion. So with that, God bless, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.